Oh, no, not that one. Let's use this effectively. 2 BARS. RS. Go live. Don't mind if I do. Don't mind if I do. Twitch. Get the Twitch chat ready just in case. And the YouTube chat just in case. That was somebody's kid screaming outside. Oh, but it's warm. It's warm in the studio. Welcome. How did everybody settle into their Tuesday? Oh, son of a biscuit. Hell. Just water. Caitlin, welcome. Heather, how are we? Say hi. Don't be shy. Throw some likes up. Going to record ourselves a live podcast here in a minute. And life will be good. Set this bitch to Century Gothic. Heather, I'm loving you. You know what I mean? Platonically, certainly. Like something between platonically and romantically, right? That's where my love is for you. Like I'm not going to, we're not going to touch each other. Just keep your hands there and I'll keep my hands here. Everybody's fine. Exactly. See, I knew you'd get it. I knew you'd get it. And why wouldn't you? You're smart. You know what? There's one thing you could say about my audience, and it is they are smart. SMR mother father T. Control underline. Oliver, close off. Oliver. Delete. Well, we're going to get this live recording of the podcast rolling here pretty quickly. What is this?
Hi, my name is Oliver. 3 years ago, I was diagnosed with Klippel-Feil syndrome, a rare spinal disorder, and I do run the risk of going paralyzed. That reality shook up my world. After 11 years, I quit my career, purchased a sailboat, knowing nothing about sailing, with the goal of sailing around the world. Follow the journey and watch this solo sailing super noob take on the world's oceans.
That's intense. That's not what I thought it was going to be.
Phoenix, Phoenix, where are you, kitty? Where are you, kitty? Are you kitty? Oh, 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 oh.
What does Phoenix have to do with it? Oh, that's the name of the cat. That's the name of the cat. Okay, here we go.
Oh, Phoenix. Oh, Phoenix. Oh, Phoenix. Kitty.
What is this? All of them are great. All of them are awful and simultaneously great. We will use them all. Here's them on machine. Use them on. 27. You want a disturbing movie to never watch again? It's 8mm. And the guy who plays the nihilist from The Big Lebowski's in it. And he's one, spoiler alert, he's one of the bad guys. And he says, kill them, Machine. Kill them all. And then Machine tries to do just that. Yeah, let's go. Let's go call this Phoenix cat song, PCS 01. Save. PCS. Now, what do you think this one's going to be? Obviously, 02. What do we think PCS is? Phoenix Cat song. Oh, there's really just the two of them. Got it. That's a good one. EMAC. Smiley face. EMAC equals sign. What does EMAC equal? I don't know. No one really knows. Is this the thing again where like I'm the one person watching my Twitch? Let's see. See if that number goes down. Let's see if that numero goes down. Fiverr. I got the fever. Copy. I hit the copy button. Hold on. I didn't type this in right. Shift enter. Bradley Liranzo. Peace and belly giggles. What's a belly giggle? Is that where you're like laughing all the way down like a bowl of jelly? Husker girl number 6. 5 Husker girls before her, but she would be the one to unite them all. This summer, Husker girl 6. The devil. Oh no. I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right. What else am I gonna say? You know, pray. Fever. I got the fever. Yeah, thank God. Thank God I'm in Nebraska. There really is no place like Nebraska. It's just great. That's why Lady Gaga wrote a song about us. She did. People don't remember that. Nebraska, Nebraska, I love ya. You and I. Don't watch that. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. Where's this? What am I looking for here? Where's my window? You ever have too many windows? That's me. I'm Mr. Too Many Windows. If I was a super villain, I'd be Dr. Too Many Windows. All right, let's see. Here we go. My coworkers had no clue about it. I showed them like 2 months ago. I listened to it like, I don't know, once a week. Just every once in a while, I got to just get my freaking Lady Gaga sing about Nebraska because I am a Nebraska guy. So I greatly benefit from the stereotype that Nebraska guys are great guys. What do we call this? Don't bury the lead. Go underline, change the date. And we'll go, this is 05, 27, 25. That's 35, 25. Now I gotta go bold, underline, 14 again. 14 teen. 18. Bold, underline. If you did the show prep before the show, then you wouldn't have to do it right now. I know. I know. Digital underline. I don't know what the hotkey is to just change the font size. 05, 27, 25. Oh, that's a lot of text. Do I need all of this? We can keep it. We don't need this line. Nebraska, Nebraska, I love you. You and I. Hey! Did you get out on that hog this weekend? Oh, aren't you, Amy? Aren't you? Just feeling it. I was way back in the day, Amy. Who are you, Amy Christine? I haven't been on Froggy since 22. I guess I was gonna say graduated. Graduate. Yes, the OG Nelson. Why is there a new Nelson that I don't know about? Amy Christine, let me look at your face and see if I know your face. I know some listeners' faces. Request params error. I can't zoom in. You have a face that is recognizable, Amy. Do I know if I know you? I can't definitively say after creeping your profile picture on TikTok. Old listener. That's fair. It's fair. I'm an old Nelson. So, you know, as they say, shit happens. Oh my God. And having a little DC. Loving the resurgence of the DC. The 402 trucker sliding into the not the DMs, the main M's, the MMs. You're sliding into my M&Ms. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. What do you got for me today, bud? No, control underline. 4. Dang. I don't even know if this is going to be a good segment because I'm just going to kind of riff. I think I want to bitch about customer service. It's dead, man. It's so dead. If dead, foe. Days. A week. Control bold, control underline. Take this down to 14 team. 05, 27, 25. Not that any of this matters to you guys. The one good thing I took away from my radio job in California was some organizational skills that I was lacking in. Pretty hard. All right, okay, let's go again. Days a week. I love you. 8 days a week. Not enough to show I care. Ooh, I really love you. You know you're getting dinner and a fucking show, did you? Customer service then. How's the podcast going? It's growing, man. It's growing just steadily. Steadily, we're growing. You know, we're increasing the foothold in the market, as it were. Oh, son of a. All right. Well, let's load up my sound effects. Let's load up my sound effects. we'll get this show on the road. Amen. Amen. Yeah. I'm just managing my expectations. You know what I mean? Just trying to like keep a level head about the growth. Control Alt Delete. 8 days a week. I don't know why I get the Beatles stuck in my head. That's gross. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. That's homemade tacos. It's like white people taco night, but just like a little less white. Still Max Whiting, but like almost not quite as white. All right. We could probably get rid of these. Delete. Yeah, delete them. Don't get so crazy. Delete. Delete them. Delete this. I don't think I need that anymore. All right. Let's see what the hell.
Oh, Phoenix.
All right, so we're gonna need that to be all the way up. I would assume this needs to be all the way up as well. Validate. All right. Are we feeling validated? Okay, good, because we're validated. Be validated this parking. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. All right. Are we good?
Sir, I love you. You shot a free throw for my heart.
I don't know what that is.
2 pounds of meth.
I know what that is. I do know what that is. 2 pounds of meth. It's a lot of meth. A lot of meth. I have a problem with the news when they are announcing how big of a drug bust that they make. If you're watching this news, okay, stop giving the bigger number. Like everyone's so boned up to give like 100 mammograms of marijuana, right? Like they want to give the grams. And I mean, even the guys that are working in grams are not like doing the math that quick. Okay. But if you say like specifically the story, I know where that drop came from. So this drop came from I should just do this on the show. We'll do this on the show. Fuck it, we'll add it to the show. All right. That's for the 7 of you that are watching this. Hashtag. Tell your friends, please. I mean, help a brother out. You know what I mean? If you know somebody that would enjoy this, fucking tell them about the goddamn show already. I love you. I'll put you all the way into my heart. That's deeper than my heart. Things can go in your heart all the time. But in my heart, in my heart. You want to be in my heart? The last thing I left in my heart tore out a chunk of it. So TU, the number 2, capital B, little a, big R, big S. What's the show? That's just, wrote it too big, Nelson, and it's episode 15. Look at this. Divisible by 3, still 5 of them. I don't know what that has to do with anything, but here we are. Here we are. Yeah, all and. What? Why would I be restricted? TikTok? What was I just talking about that was restrict worthy? My live is not eligible for recommendation or restricted in search results because your live does not comply with the For You feed eligibility standards. What was I even just talking about? Meth. It was the meth. Get you every time. Get you every goddamn time. Every time. If you're searching meth on TikTok right now, you will not be shown my live. Okay. Are we ready? This Used to Be a Radio Show presents That's Just Nelson, episode 15. Stupid. This is the dumbest show that ever existed.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Where you at?
the show is about to start.
Whether you like it or not!
It's Nelson time. It's Nelson time. It's Nelson. It's Nelson time. Oh, if you want to know what's going on, it's Nelson time, yeah. It's Nelson. It's Nelson time. Oh, yeah.
That's just Nelson.
Yes, Jake. Yes, Jake, I agree that I am the gold standard for the new DARE program, as just moments before I fired up the show, we were banned from live recommendations on TikTok because I was trying to educate, I think is probably the best way to put it. I was trying to give some tips to some of my media brethren. Okay? Is brethren unisex? What's the unisex word I'm looking for in brethren? What's the dude of media peers? I guess my peers? Peers works? But I was trying to help. And of course, it all came from they call this a drop, right? You take a little out of context recording of something that maybe happened on a show. Maybe it's you, maybe it's somebody else, maybe it's a news story. You don't know what it's going to be. This is me and a news story.
2 pounds of meth.
2 of them, 2 pounds of meth. And I guess what I was trying to get at was, if you're in the news and you're reporting on a story that has to do with a sizable amount of drugs, stop using grams because the number's larger. Just stop. The time is over for that. Thank you. It's time to move on. And I'll tell you why. Because most of us are stupid. Okay? And unless you're really into drugs, you're probably going to have a hard time breaking down that you know that 28 grams roughly, it's like 27 and some change. 27 and a quarter, but your guy usually rounds it up. 28 grams in an ounce, 16 ounces in a pound, right? Okay. So you say to yourself, all this meth we got, right? All this, these hundreds of, and it's been a while since I've seen this news story. So what's 2 pounds is 32 ounces. 32 ounces times 28 is 896. Well, that's not the one. That's not what I want. I want divided by. Don't I? See? And I know what the hell I'm doing. I put $30,000 up my nose and I can't tell you this. But I'm telling you, it doesn't matter how many hundreds of grams that you put down. You're like, oh my God, it's this many hundreds of grams. People, if you give a person the option, I could have just done this. 2 pounds in grams. In grams. Okay? I promise you that if you say the suspects were apprehended with 907 grams of methamphetamine, that's probably a lot, right? I guess that's what do you think, Lise? 900? Yeah, it's probably it's grams. I don't know what a gram is. Ask your brother. He would know. He would know grams. Her brother, Lisa's. Now, I promise you, you go, the suspect was apprehended with
2 pounds of meth.
Are you 2 pounds of meth? It just sounds like more. 907 grams or
2 pounds of meth.
thank you. I can't be the only one making sense out here, and yet this is where I find myself, in the middle of it. So I lied last week because I said, you know what? I'm going to work Memorial Day. I'm going to do that. I didn't do that. You should know already that I wasn't going to do that. And why should you know that? Because I'm a piece of trash, okay? And I'm sorry. Don't applaud that. Thank you, though. Right. It's enough. I took some time out this weekend, man. I just needed to relax, I guess, from what? I don't know. There's been a mental storm that's been happening for your boy. And I danced around whether I was going to get into it. I don't really want to get into it. And it's not, I don't want to get into it because I don't want to share it with you. I don't want to get into it because I haven't fully fleshed it all out. And so I'm not trying to dump a depressive episode on you until I have at least a better understanding of where the root of it is. But just know that I tell you at the end of the show, on every day I remember, keep taking the pills, man. Keep taking them. Because the kind of low spot I've just been kind of dipping in and out of the last, I don't know, handful, 3-4 days. If I wasn't on the Wellbutrin, I think it would be an even worse time for me. Because what it does is it lets me okay, all right, we're sad. We're going to get into the deep sad. But then it's all right, that's enough. Let's tread for a second, and then we can go back down and start snorkeling for whatever that we're looking for in the reef there. I don't know what the hell I keep diving back down for, but I'm obsessed with something on the damn floor of this ocean, and we're going to find it come hell or high water, which, by the way, is like a song off the Twister soundtrack, and if you're really sad, it's a good one to go and listen to. Bailey Zimmerman, I think his name is. Yeah, he's good. Put him on the He's a Sad Boy playlist like I did. If you don't have one, you just find me on Spotify. The username's That's Just Nelson. It's pretty much all branded. You know what I mean? Even the stuff I didn't want to be branded, I'm just a creature of habit, so now I got to keep doing it. So I told you last week I got into CrossFit, right? I think I'm going to like it. I think I like it a lot, actually. In fact, over Memorial Day, Friday, I went to my first class. And I think we might have talked about that on Friday's show. But I went to my first class after I had an onboarding, which is just a personal training session, teaching you all the maneuvers. And luckily, I have done some of this stuff before, just through various years of working out with bro dudes. So, I knew a lot of them. Today, we worked on a couple of maneuvers that I hadn't done before, which was, I don't know what to call them. You're pulling the bar up all the way from the floor, and then you're, bouncing underneath it. But you want to stay wide, as opposed to just slamming it way up in the air and then pumping it above your head. Don't ask me. It's a lot of squatting. Okay, it's been a lot of squatting. I noticed the CrossFit does not hurt my back like the golfing I did on Monday. So I was feeling a little bit of guilt, and now I feel like this is the universe or whoever coming back to pay me. Ramona checking in on the TikTok live. You know, we're live. We do this show live. So you might be listening to it on Spotify. You might be listening to it on Apple, and that's fine. Please leave a review. Tell your friends about it. Share the post out. Say, hey, I'm checking out this new podcast. I love it. But you can watch it at night if you're up, because we broadcast it every night. And then eventually you'll be able to find out more about it at the still under construction, That's Just Nelson.com. But I had a little guilt. I had a little guilt because I missed out on something. I missed out on a big old deal, I guess, in the CrossFit community on Monday. But what I did it for was because my old man was paying to go golfing, and I haven't been golfing with my old man in a while. Hang clean, says the trucker on TikTok. Yeah, that feels right. That feels right. I don't know. I could check my WOD app. It's a WOD. It's the workout of the day. Get with it. Shot my WOD. Sounds so stupid. I don't care. It's fun. I like it. It's fun. And I think I might be good at it. I think I might be good at some of it. I think I might be good enough at it that it'll make me keep coming back. How about that? And I do better when people are telling me what to do rather than being left to my own devices. But so I go golfing, man. I haven't golfed with the old man in a long time. Oh, I golf like garbage. I mean, I golf like normal, so it's like the usual amount of garbage. But oh, it's going so well for a minute. And then later that night, just decimated my lower back. I've been going to a chiropractor for the first time ever. My ex got me into that. And then when the first day I went there, he shows me an x-ray of my back, and it looks like a greater than symbol. Like 9 is greater than 6, not equal to. Oh, there ain't no equal to in that back, boy. And it's right at the bottom of like the curve of my back, right as you get to the small of my back. Don't ask me which bar it is, the jump bar 14 or whatever. Okay, it's one of the bars. And it's not a 2 bars. It's not a hashtag TU2 BARS. Like this used to be a radio show. No, this is a greater than sign. And so that's not feeling good. And what I feel guilty about is I missed out on this thing. They call it the Murph. Call it the Murph. And I don't have any of the details. I could have been a better broadcaster. I could right now have Googled it so I could give you all the details. But what I like to do is play a game of telephone. So I asked somebody at the gym, i.e. my little personal trainer, Addie, shout out Addie at FitFarm. I asked her to describe the Murph to me as I had heard a little bit about it. Like he was a former member of the armed services. And so this was a workout that he did when he was deployed because he had Murph. Didn't have access to a lot of the stuff that CrossFitters have access to. So it's like running and mixing it up with other things that don't necessarily require weights. And they do it every year on Memorial Day because this guy sacrificed himself to get his platoon out, laid his life down on the line to make sure that his guys got out. And so now CrossFit, essentially all across the world, all across the country anyway, honors this guy on Memorial Day. And so I felt, I feel kind of guilty because I just joined the gym. But like, I don't know, it's new for me. And I had worked out at a gym many moons ago. A gym that taught Muay Thai boxing. And they did every year for that year, they did kicks for that year. And I just remember that being a lot for Daddy because I was pretty new to that too. Did I kick through the handle of a baseball bat? Yeah, I did. Okay. But I also kicked like 2,008 times. And it was a lot. So was I scared of the Murph? I was scared of the Murph. Yeah, I'm a chicken. I'll tell you. In this case, the chicken came first. Actually, this case only, yeah. It's the egg that came first, by the way. Anybody? Chicken or the egg? You heard that one? It's the egg. Now you go, Nelson, what do you mean? But the chicken had to lay the egg? No. All right, let's take all of this out. Let's take Jesus and everything else out of the equation, right? Let's just say, because science says it too, and for just the purpose of this, even if you don't believe it, let's say evolution is real, right? We're going to get deep here for a second because this is what I spend my time on. When I'm not being sad, I'm Googling particle physics and listening to Neil deGrasse Tyson and getting into theological debates and thought experiments. Let's just say, kooky, that evolution is real, right? Okay, so now we've accepted that evolution is real. The earth is round and evolution is real. Okay, just evolution is real. I don't want to strain anybody. Think about it. The first chicken had to be different than something that came before it. It's not like just one day a freaking chicken showed up. Like, boom, now there's a bird that lays eggs and that's a chicken. It didn't pop from existence. It was something like a chicken. It was chick-esque. It was the Cro-Magnon version of the chicken. And then that chicken mated with another chicken that genetically had evolved so close down this other path that there was like a recessive trait that the two of them could embody. Boom, pop. That's the chicken. That's the first chicken. You had to have two things that weren't a chicken come together and through evolution and the mixing of their genetics, release something that is now the chicken. Please, give me a better argument against it. That's justnelson@gmail.com. 402-302-1005. I dare you to give me a better explanation or somehow refute that the egg didn't come first. Facts. Where's the gavel at? Thank you. Thank you. What else did I have to get to? We can talk about my dead mom another time. We're just having such a good time right now. Nobody cares that I'm writing a book that I'm never going to write. That's Just Nelson on any of the social media. Wouldn't you know it? It's just so easy to find me online. I mean, you've already done it now. And I say thank you. I say thank you for that. Memorial Day is opening up a unique opportunity that we only get a couple of times a year. Some say, much like daylight savings time, we should just switch to this and stick with it. But is it good for us? We'll get into that next.
That's Just Nelson.
Peanut butter Nelly time. Peanut butter Nelly time.
You're listening to That's Just Nelson.
Indeed it is. Peanut butter Nelly time. Wouldn't you know? It's the most delicious time of day. A 4-day work week. Thanks to Memorial Day, we only have 4 days of work this week. A good argument for working 4 days every week, they say. Plenty of benefits, including an improved work-life balance. Would it be worth it for us to go to a 4-day work week? Well, how about this? Maybe if some freaking customer service was going to come back. I was just lamenting this the other day. If I could just be old and angry and just making my day uphill both ways. But dude, I worked fast food. It was fast. That stuff was fast. And we were still cooking it all the way through. Some of that stuff was like fresh ingredients. Like when I worked at Taco John's, which is a taco place here in the Midwest. The Midwest and the Mountain East. Mountain East? What do you call that? Mountain time zone. It's from Wyoming, Taco John's. But the whole reason Taco Bell, if you've never heard of Taco John's, the whole reason Taco Bell has potatoes is because of Taco John's. And these little potato rounds that they do called potato olays. And they're different than just a regular potato round because they got seasoning inside them, and then you got the Taco John's potato olay seasoning go on top. But dude, there was like stopwatches that went off. There were like timers that would get sent back to corporate. There was like data that was, I mean, they were crunching data in 97, let alone some of the computer stuff they were doing just after 2000. But it used to be there was like a little bit of time. There used to be like only a little bit of time you could have from the moment the order was made to the moment the order left the window. There was no, sir, could you please pull ahead? Those goddamn fries needed to be, I'm going to swear. Those fries needed to be done. The potato lays better be up. We got a 6-pack and a pound. That's why you called it. 6-pack. 6-pack and a pound, please.
Concrete. Concrete. We're gonna need extra potatoes. 6 pack in a pound, please.
That's 2 large potato olays and 6. Mix them up, hard and soft shell tacos. F around and find out, please. Please. 6 pack in a pound. You're not ready for the 6 pack in a pound to be called down. These kids today certainly aren't ready for a god. Woo saw. These motherfathers. I just don't understand it. That's not what I wanted this stupid show to be. I didn't want this stupid show to be me just getting all god dang angry, but if one more time, let me sit in the drive-thru waiting for what? And for what? Because I ordered the toast buttered on both sides. Come on, Canes. You pre-buttered and baked most of the damn toast anyway. Just throw a little butter on the backside of the other one. Also, you should be butter on both sides all the time because the toast is nasty on the backside. Chalky. Ugh, what is that? If you're going to Raising Cane's and you ain't having things buttered on both sides, by the way, which that's a code, get that thing bobbed. We're getting into the weeds here. Customer service is dead. I remember that we knew when corporate would be showing up. So we were a little independent franchise. They own like 4 of them. They own, oh yeah, Taco John's blows the bell away, says Jules. Boom. Facts. Give me a potato olay all day. But corporate would come in. And when corporate was in, we had everybody in. 7 guys in the company, all named Ray. Wasn't. To my knowledge, there's 4 of them. They weren't all in the company at the same time, but there was Ray, my boss, and then his dad was Ray, and then his kid was Ray. And I think there's another Ray. I feel like there's another Ray somewhere. But they're all Rays. Okay. And we called the big one Ray Dad. That was Ray Dad. And if Ray Dad was going to be in, stuff had gone sideways. Like you knew you should not mess around. Because most of the time Ray Dad was in Phoenix, not Phoenix, Fremont. It's way different. Way different. Most of the time Ray Dad was in Fremont. And that's where you wanted him. Because in 1997, Fremont could do $2,000 a day. And that was a lot of money in freaking tacos in 1997. That was sun up to sundown, no breakfast service, constant rush. Like Fremont was a battleground. I never went to Fremont. I don't think they trusted me. They didn't trust me. But when corporate was going to be in, then you knew Ray Dad was going to be in. And Ray Dad was going to be working on the condiment side of things. And then Ray, my Ray, who is the manager of specifically that location, but I think really the regional guy. That was home base for him, La Vista. Ray was going to be on the steam table. And they were weighing everything. Like that's how accurate used to be back in the day. And these guys weren't working with the only thing that came on a gun was the sour cream. So everything else was by hand. Up to and including the meat. It wasn't even like at Taco Bell, they've got a scrunch, clip, grab it, and just drop it. And it's completely done that way. At Taco John's, you had a freaking spatula, and you're just like, whoops. It was like, have you ever watched those old timey videos where the guys are like laying brick? It's like, and the lays the brick down, and that was the taco meat. And you just shellac that thing onto the side of the taco, right? And then you put the cheese on top of the meat. That's the other reason Taco Bell is garbage and Taco John's rules all. Okay, because Taco John's put hot meat into a freaking shell and then put cheese on top of the hot meat, then put cold lettuce on top of the hot meat, and then cheese on top of the lettuce. Don't make no damn sense. You got the beans. How'd you get the beans above the Franks? But man, oh man, customer service is dead. You get the blank looks in people's faces too. And look, I get it. I don't want to work that job either. But you did sign up to do the job. So do the job or quit. Quit the job then. Quit the job. Please quit the job. Don't quit the job. Don't quit the job. What do I know? I know nothing, okay? Science says Let's go to science. We can trust. I mean, we can trust science in all things, right? Thank you, science. Yeah. The pros of a 4-day work week: increased productivity. Research from Iceland's large-scale trials and Microsoft Japan's pilot program found that reducing the number of hours of employees' work did not decrease output. In fact, Microsoft saw a 40% productivity boost during its 4-day work week experiment. Here's the problem with that. Here's the problem. They always pull up data from Iceland and Switzerland and this land and that land and Candyland and wherever else. Okay. It's different to have this stuff spread across a population of 4 million people that are all sandwiched into the top of an eraser. Okay. We are 330 million people spread across one of the largest land masses for a single country. Outsized by what? Russia? Is China in and of itself bigger than all of the footprint of the United States? My guess would be maybe. I'm 60-40 that China is larger than us. You know, I know Russia is in land mass. I think Australia fits inside. We're gigantic. It's the same reason that like socialism works in a rotunda land or what, some mountain country in the Alps. It works because you got 2 million people there, dude. Like maybe socialism would work in Nebraska because we have 2 million, not even 2 million people here. But to spread that across 330 million, it just doesn't scale, man. It's not like taking a biscuit recipe and turn it into enough to feed an entire Boy Scout troop. Biscuits for Boy Scouts. That's the name of my new book. You can get that in wherever books are sold. Better work-life balance, environmental benefits, fewer commuting days means a smaller carbon footprint. Yeah. You're not going to, listen, no matter how good of a great idea it is, you're not going to sell anybody on carbon footprint, unfortunately. Cons of a 4-day work week, not feasible for all industries. Kind of want my nuclear engineers working 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days a week. Businesses in healthcare, customer service, retail, and production often require full-time availability throughout the 5-day work week. Well, my challenge to that is because you've been screwing us for years. Go hire some more people, cut into that freaking profit. Son of a bitch. Now I might be on the 4-day work week. Customer service challenges. If business is closed for an extra day, it may disrupt client relationships. No one's asking you to. Why is it all or nothing? Why is it that like now we have to make a new Saturday? No, the thing's open on Friday still. You just can't freaking schedule me on Friday anymore. I don't know why I'm yelling either. Scheduling and operational difficulties. Condensing a 40-hour work week into fewer days may lead to packed schedules, which makes it harder to coordinate meetings or collaborate. All of this had to have been written by a business owner. Hire more people. Just pay better and hire more people. It seems simple. And I'm not even a socialist, but God Almighty, it's starting to be a flavor that Daddy can get behind. I don't know. It's just starting to it makes a little sense every once in a while. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying, but I'm saying. Oh, I've been reliving some old heartbreak, old hurt with a friend of mine as she is going through what is the worst part of being a pet owner. I want to get into that and maybe talk about some guidelines. How long did you wait after you lost a pet to get back in the saddle? Did you go with the same animal? That's interesting to me. People who switch species. We'll get into that.
That's just Nelson.
Peanut butter Nelly time. Peanut butter Nelly time. Come on, let's go.
You're listening to That's Just Nelson.
What, do you think I didn't have more than one peanut butter Nelly time? Crazy. Of course we got peanut butter Nelly time. So recently, very recently, in fact, like today, it was decided for a friend of mine that she was going to put her 14-year-old dog down. And that is just a freaking gut punch. That is just a gut punch. And it brought up some recent memories I had of pets that I had lost. And I don't know if I handled it right, for being honest. So let's unpack this together. So I see this person is hurting, but the dog is still here, right? So there's still time for snuggles and everything else. And I can't help, it's an ADHD thing they say, but I can't help but want to share a story that I was going through recently. And I feel like it was like a relief to not have to think about their own pet in this moment, right? But also, like, is it too much dead pets? Because I was talking about some pets that I had for a long time, and both of them I lost in this last year. But I was telling fond memories. I was getting to reminisce about my pets. It seemed as though it was a healing deal. But also, you know, I kind of read what I want to read into things sometimes. You know, so I don't always, sometimes I miss the mark. Plus, you know, if this person, like how this person feels about you changes the way that they perceive the information you're giving. And like, if this was an enemy, would this go down differently? Why would I be talking to an enemy? I don't know. But I couldn't help myself. I could not stop myself from asking. The one thing you just don't, I could not stop myself from asking the one thing you don't ask someone who just lost a pet. What is it? You can all say it together. 3, 2, 1. When are you getting another pet? Are you getting another pet? Will you get another dog? Don't ask that. Don't ask that to someone who's recently grieving. Don't ask that to somebody who's pre-grieving, as it were. Because the appointment is tomorrow. Don't ask that. But I couldn't help it. It's like when I meet somebody with an Australian accent and I start talking to them in an Australian accent, I just can't stop myself from doing it. I can't stop myself from doing it. Yeah, no, I know. I'm a certified douche. Yes, thank you. Yes. I recognize it. I'm working on it. You know what I mean? Thank you. That's a little quick. I'm working on it. But it just, it gave me an opportunity to remember a few things about like some pets that I had and some lessons I've learned in the death of pets. Okay. Like, when is the right time to move on? Okay. Now, I learned this lesson a long time ago, but I just don't seem to live by it. The whole don't ask people when they're ready to move on. But when my father lost his dog, my sister and I decided that we were going to get him a dog. We're going to get him a dog for Christmas. Actually, his dog wasn't dead yet. So, like, his dog was dying. And we were like, before this dog dies, you know what? Let's get a dog. Let's get this guy a dog. Big mistake. Don't buy people dogs ever. Don't ever buy someone a dog. Unless it's like your child or like your spouse and it's like, you know, right? Don't ever buy someone outside of the 4-person, whatever, the nuclear family unit. Don't do it. It's an awful idea. And this dog was so beautiful. I wish we would have kept this dog. This dog, I've always wanted a Basset Hound, right? So this is what I went and got. I got him a Basset Hound because I thought it'd be a good old dog. I wanted a Basset Hound because my buddy Jake Ryan had a Basset Hound named Mac, and that was the best damn dog I ever met in my whole life. This dog, Mac. Loved this dog. So we got a dog. We named her Ellie because she had elephant ears. Oh, and Ellie was such a good dog. She was black and white and a little bit of brown. She was spotted all over. She had big droopy ears. And bought it for my dad. My dad's like, I don't want this. What are you doing? I still got Pepper Dog. That's what he called his dog. Pepper Dog. Never called the dog Pepper, which is the dog's name. Called her Pepper Dog. Pepper Dog don't like sushi. Pepper Dog like tushy, he would say. Also, my dad gets stuck in things. So, like, for a while when that T-Pain song was big on the radio, I'm in love with a stripper, my dad would walk around singing that, but to the dog. He said, Pepper Dog in love with the stripper. Pepper Dog don't like tushy. Pepper Dog don't like sushi. Pepper Dog like tushy. Pepper Dog like tushy. I loved that damn Pepper Dog. I hated that dog, but I loved to see him interact with it. But buying him a dog, that was awful. It's a total mistake. Now, I've learned also not to bring small animals home to your kids because that's always going to end in disaster. Okay. Now, I'm basing this off of one interaction I had, but it was enough. And that interaction was with a mouse named Charlie. Okay. And Charlie was the star of maybe the funniest 2 minutes of broadcast that I have ever been a part of. Charlie was a mouse, and it was a mouse that was purchased for a bit on this radio show that I was a part of called Gary and Nelson. It was on Froggy 98 in Lincoln. And we did a bit called What's in the Box. And on What's in the Box, it was literally just, we had all of these webcams set up so you could always watch the show. And you could see what was in the box. And the two other people could see what was in the box. But no one else could see what was in the box. Like the person putting their hands in could not see what was in the box. And so I had to put my hands into this box, and there was a mouse in it. And the whole time this is happening, I am 100% certain that there is a spider in this box. Like, I know with my whole heart there is a spider, and it is inside this box because they know there's two things I hate the most, and that's ticks and spiders. So I am sure that they have got a spider in this box.
This is What's in the Box. Nelson Tan's in the box. He's not figured out what's in there yet.
So there's a cup. It's got a hole in it so the mouse can breathe. There's a mouse trap that's already been fired with some cheese on it. And the mouse is inside the cup. I cannot see what's happening.
Barely touch, barely touch, barely touch, barely touch. A little further, a little further.
You'll be okay.
Oh.
Now I have let the mouse free. They're laughing at me letting the mouse free. I don't want to. My hands are out of the box now.
I cannot.
I piss myself laughing every time I just. God, I love these two. They're still on the air in Lincoln. My hands are back in the box, but they're hovering in the air. They're nowhere near the mouse. The mouse is just running around.
Go down.
Listen to Gary laugh. What an idiot.
Go down. No further past that.
Now I've got the cup.
Go down.
Now, at this point, they start cackling. I have touched my finger all the way to the bottom of the box. The mouse sniffed my finger and ran away. So I have no idea yet that there's a mouse in this box. Now I'm certain that I have trapped the spider under the cup.
Visually is the best thing ever.
I got it.
He said, I got it.
stupidest.
Okay,
Should we-
okay, wait. Keep it.
And then I think it's still under the cup.
Go down.
And then I
Go
just
down.
put my thumb,
Put my hand back in that box.
and then the mouse touches my hand. And great, it's a great bit, right? And everybody has a great old time, and everything's wonderful. And then it comes time for the show to end, and I go, all right, what's happening with this mouse? And they're like, I don't know, take it home or set it free. I go, what do you mean set it free? It's a feeder mouse. If you send it outside, it's going to be eaten immediately if, like, the sun doesn't kill it. They're like, well, we're leaving. What? So I take this free mouse, and now I've got to go over to PetSmart and buy $80 worth of crap so that I can house this freaking mouse. I got to pull up all of this, like, oh, you need a tube for it to run in? Oh, you need some Timothy hay? Okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, it needs a wheel? $80 freaking dollars I spent on this mouse, okay? A mouse, mind you, spoiler alert, lived 3 months, but I heard about for 3 years. If even the word Charlie even comes up, my daughter goes, oh, I remember Charlie, Dad. Her grandmother just died. Grandma's up there with Charlie, huh? God, I hope not. I mean, I'm all about the damn Rainbow Bridge, but I hope that Charlie is somewhere else. I hope that Charlie had smarts enough to know to just get away from this family. I brought Charlie home. My daughter is, I don't know, 7, maybe 8 at the time. I bring Charlie home, and I say to her, Penelope, I got a surprise for you. Boom, you're going to meet this mouse. Boom, she meets the mouse. She's having a great time. Loving the mouse, Dad. Perfect. Your best dad ever. I go, don't ever take this mouse out of this cage by yourself. Only when an adult is around. Yeah, Dad, no problem. I go, see, watch. I reach in, I grab the mouse out of the cage. I have just enough of a hole in my fist so that the mouse's little head can pop out. Guess what else can pop out? The entire mouse. And it began running up my arm. And as it got to my shoulder, and I'm bent forward, and I'm realizing that all I have is an 8-year-old here that is not in a panic going to grab this mouse, that I have moments to catch this mouse off of my shoulder or all hell is going to break loose. I'm in the kitchen. The kitchen has an elevated dining room table, and in the back, like a breakfast bar type thing, a movable breakfast bar, whatever you call it, credenza or whatever. And so I grab the mouse off my shoulder. I have just enough range of motion to scoop it up. It bites me, and I instinctively flick it out of my hands. I watch this mouse go pop, boom. It wasn't wearing rings. That was the noise. Boom. Pop, do one hop, get onto all 4 legs, and then shake its head like a cartoon. And then I had to dive. You've never seen a fat man move this fast. I had to dive under the table, and I got to the mouse just as it got to the very corner of the breakfast bar and would have disappeared forever. Because behind it, there was a door and there was a vent it could have gotten into. And if a mouse dies in your vent, you're screwed. That is going to stink forever. Forever, because they don't die right up by the vent. They die somewhere hot and nasty. And then they melt. Oh, because it'll be just moist enough to keep. I caught this mouse and I said, do you see what we don't do ever? Yeah, Dad. Thank you. Put the mouse back into its little cage. Mouse dies on the wheel 3 months later. Dad, Charlie. Dad, I'm so sad about Charlie. I'm like, the freaking mouse. Charlie, sorry, buddy, but thank you for your sacrifice on that wheel. Thank you for just going until that little heart wouldn't do it anymore. If you're in pain, here's a couple of tips. This from the Rainbow Bridge themselves. Okay. People have said, how soon should you adopt a new pet? When your pet dies, up till recently, people would say right away. But you got to allow yourself a little bit of time to grieve. Now, for some, the loneliness of an empty house, they say, makes grieving more difficult, and a new pet can help the process. Others, however, feel resentment towards a pet obtained too soon. And then there's you're always holding it to the standard of the previous pet, and you just love that pet so much. Don't make a hasty decision. They say give yourself time to think. Don't let anyone rush you into a decision or pressure you into making one. Do involve all family members in the decision to obtain a new pet. So if you're single, that's different. But like for kids, that could be a big deal. Like I know that my daughter would love to get another pet, but we have just put down 2 cats in the last year. And those cats were alive for all of my daughter's 11 years. And I have known those cats collectively for almost 30 years. Well, I think right at 30 years or whatever. I don't know. I don't care about the math. I had one cat for 18 of its 19 years and the other cat for 14 of its 14 3/4 years. So yeah, more than 30 collective years together for 2 cats. I'm not ready to get another cat again. And you know what? I don't know if I will get another cat again. I'm still a cat guy through and through, but I don't know if I'll get a cat again. I'll get a cat if the cat distribution system decides I need to have a cat, which is something you hear about on the internet, that cats just show up when you're supposed to have a cat. Is there a dog distribution system? I don't ever hear that talked about. I don't know. I tell you what, I can't fall in love with another partner's animal, though. Every one of the last handful of exes I've had have had animals that I have loved. And I am not a dog person. It's not my thing. I have a dog. I'm a my dog person. I love Phoebe. And that's like a whole other argument. Because I think my dog is going to go with my ex-wife ultimately. That one stings a little bit. I love that dog. I bonded with that dog the moment I met her when I drove down to Kansas City to pick her up. But yeah, man, I miss all of those dogs. Oh, the Rottweiler. The Rottweiler was the sweetest dog that ever existed, and I'll never see that dog again. I'm more sad about that. God, I love that dog. I got to stop dating dog women. I've not had, well, I take that back because I dated a cat woman too. I dated a cat woman. I miss that cat. Oh, I miss that cat. He was my buddy. Oh, he was my buddy. And now I've seen him on social media. He's somebody else's buddy now. How could you do me? How could you do me like that? How could you move on so quickly? I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know. I'm a mess, you know what I mean? But what are you going to do? Don't rush. Don't buy someone else a new pet. If you have someone that's going through that, then, just be there for them. Maybe think of adopting an older pet if you do go back for another animal. That's why I was saying to somebody the other day, I said I was sad I'm never going to have another baby again. I go, well, never say never. Maybe you'll adopt. I'm not saying I wouldn't adopt. I can't say that I wouldn't see myself in a position where I would entertain adopting. Abducting? That sounds like abducting. Wrong. Don't say abducting. But I wouldn't adopt a baby. Let someone else have the baby. You know what I mean? Like if I'm going to adopt, let me go find a 9-year-old. Let me go find the 10-year-old that's like, am I ever going to find a family? Yeah, you're going to find a family. Come on in, bud. Come on in. Don't bury the lead. That's up next. This used to be a radio show. Did you know that? It used to be a radio show.
That's just Nelson.
It's Hoochie Daddy season. Hoes go from
That's not the right one.
You know these trucks don't need to touch my knees.
The latest news.
The Jay Leno of News Inc.
Determining what's fake or not.
Don't bury the lead on That's Just Nelson.
President Trump has fully pardoned Todd and Julie Chrisley's tax evasion and bank fraud convictions because, quote, probably real, recognized real. Vegas has even money on which Chrisley will be the new head for the Fed. So I think you can put those bets in SpaceX launches another Starship mega rocket in its latest demo after back-to-back explosions. Now, while this rocket didn't specifically explode, it did fail to execute the launching of its payload. The rocket was later overheard mumbling that this never happens as it began to hastily pull on its dockers back on in the corner there. So, like it couldn't perform. This week, over 200 billionaires pledged to give away more than $600 billion to charity and to make sure it goes to the right place. They've entrusted it to their favorite charity themselves. In unrelated news, Jeff Bezos just bought a yacht that comes with its own yacht. And the man who quit his job and sailed to Hawaii is Oliver Widger, a 29-year-old from Oregon. In April of 2025, he left his corporate job at a tire company, cashed out his 401k, and set sail for Hawaii with his cat Phoenix. After a 24-day solo journey, he arrived in Oahu to a warm welcome from fans and Hawaii Governor Josh Green. He documented his entire voyage on social media under the handle sailing_with_Phoenix, amassing over 1.7 million Instagram followers in the meantime. His story resonated with many seeking alternatives to a conventional lifestyle. This report says that they cashed in 4 out of the 9 lives that Phoenix had left.
Oh, Phoenix. Oh, Phoenix. Oh, Phoenix. Kitty.
That's Just Nelson. That's how you can find me on social media. 402-302-1005. That's the phone number for the show. Message and data rates may apply. You can text that number. Yeah, baby. Send a text in. We'll get them. That's right. Available on Apple and Spotify in podcast form. This a live recording every night, so you can get that on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, or TikTok. Again, at That's Just Nelson. And the still under construction, soon to be released, That'sJustNelson.com. Okay. It's like I always say about this time of the show. Keep taking the pills, man. You're feeling good for a reason because the pills are working. It's okay that you can't do it on your own. You need a little help. Better living through pharmacology. Also, check on your happy friends.
That's Just Nelson. This used to be a radio show presentation.
I'm Penny Nelson. My name is Rowan Nelson. Thank you for listening to the show. Thanks for listening to the show. Have a good day and have an awesome day. I love you too.
All right, everybody.